So I'm gonna be honest, I've not been watching E3 as religiously this year as I have in previous years, especially because, and I was having this conversation with Steam. I was like, all the game series that I'm into, none of them are really getting like sequels and stuff like that lately, so I have to try and get into new stuff, which is possible. There's plenty of new great games out there. So because I wasn't paying attention to E3 so well, guess what dropped on me? And I had no idea about it, and I got told about it, fortunately. This Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. Push any button to start. This is a picture of the title screen. There are several screenshots, and this title screen is pretty. Let me hide me real quick so you just drink in the title screen real. Look at that. It's why is also like everybody is ripped or good looking. I kind of, you know what? Actually, I appreciate that. They went with the route with, you know what? Everybody's good looking. Everybody looks good. Everybody's in shape. Everybody's great looking. I can't even badmouth Chiaki. Like, I can't. I wasn't probably going to anyways, but I can't. So, like, here's the thing. From my understanding, it's called Danganronpa S, and the S is kind of, I think, a nod to the Switch, because this is coming out on the Switch. I am aware of that. I currently do not have a Switch. We'll see what we do about this, because I think it's a Switch exclusive. There's rumors that might come out on the Switch first, and then they'll port it to other stuff later. I don't think they might do that. I'll look for it if they do that, then we're definitely playing this 100%. That's what I'm confirming right now, by the way. No. 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 Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. The thing about it is, it was cool because there's some screenshots and stuff. Let me unhide this one too. There's this screenshot too, which had a lot of the characters on the beach. It was just them enjoying themselves. And I'm not going to spoil anything about the Danganronpa series in case you're watching this and you haven't finished the games yet. I'm going to try and, fortunately there's editing, so I can just cut stuff out if I accidentally do. How about that? But what I will say is when the third game finished, some people were like, I hope this is where it ends. It's, like a trilogy and stuff like that. And some people were like, well, I want more. Now, with that being said, I am actually really okay with them doing something like this where it looks like that we still basically get like a Danganronpa game with the characters that we enjoy, even if it's not a full-on killing game. Especially because there's a lot of, characters within the Danganronpa universe at this point that people like. And it was funny. I was talking to like Digi and some people once about this too. Unfortunately for some characters, especially in the earlier games, you don't really get to know them and flesh them out unless you do their route specifically, like max out all their free time events and then do the school mode and then max out their school mode version. And then you get actually a lot of depth on some characters. Do like, some characters that I won't name them, but some characters that say go out early, that people, people that actually really like these characters. I'm like, well, why do you really like these characters? There's not a lot about them. Turns out that's why. A lot of these characters actually have quite a bit of backstory, but you have to go fetch it. It's not really kind of in your face, readily available, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's not really a critique of the Danganronpa series per se. It's just more like, it's cool then that we get a game like this where it looks like you're going to get everybody's favorite character is going to be in it. Even the Ultra Spare Girl characters are going to be in it. So there you go. And then we get in an environment where they kind of essentially get to have fun and live and survive. And of course, you still have to battle the boy Monokuma, which is why he's up here. Because this mode, to my understanding, is a fleshed out version of the Ultimate Talent development plan from V3. In that mode, you have to get to play as different characters, maybe even all of them, I'm not sure. It's kind of like a board game RPG kind of a thing. And this is like, they made it its own standalone game. And what I actually really like about this, from my understanding, is what I was basically trying to say. Can I get an amen? Was even if they don't do killing games anymore, I would love to see more games with the characters and some stories around the characters, even if it, I guess, ends up being non-canon, sure, but I would love for them to even do like Ultra Despair Girls spin-offs, even stuff like that. I would love more basically Danganronpa consumability, content, I believe is the word people use. I'm totally fine. I'm struggling with that. So we're going to jump over, though, to the actual trailer. We're going to see that in a second there, and then we'll come back with a conclusion and then end the video. In case you haven't seen it yet, the video is called Danganronpa is coming to Nintendo Switch E3 2021. There was the announcement. It's the Nintendo channel. It should be pretty easy to find. I will full screen it. It will be mute just because I don't know how copyright will work with that. I did a video on the League of Legends channel, for example, and I was talking about the Netflix trailer for Jinx, and that actually got claimed by Netflix. So I'm not taking any risk with this one, but We can still watch it, even though we can't listen to it. But it basically, when it came to this part of the Each of the Three trailer, people started kind of losing it. Because you have this, which we'll talk about this in a bit in a second. But what you notice already is you had an Ultra Despair Girls character, you have Kumaru, you have all the characters even coming back. And in what's called Danganronpa S, you have new sprites, you have new enemies, because this is essentially, like I said, I'll explain it, an expanded version of the Ultimate Talent Development Program, or Plan, I believe it's called. But that's later this year, and that's what this is. And this is pretty cool and all that stuff too. And it's interesting to me. I'm trying to let the trailer finish while I'm rambling here, because since we're not listening to it, there we go, now it finished. It's interesting to me because if we need to use Twitter real quick here, because on Twitter, Kodaka actually mentioned, they released a blog post in which they confirmed that the Danganronpa 10th anniversary will run into November 25th, 2021, which is this year. And it's initially was supposed to run until November of 2020, because that was the 10-year anniversary, but was cut short due to, you know, the pandemic and stuff. So they decided, hey, you know what? We're just going to push the entire 10th anniversary celebration across 2021 as well. So if you felt last year that there wasn't like a lot of information that came out, or even just a lot that happened because of the, you know, 10th year anniversary celebration, that's why they decided to kind of expand it out. A second thing I want to touch on real quick too is there's this thing going around that there's like a ban on streaming and playing the Danganronpa games on YouTube and Twitch. And this is just my understanding. Don't listen to some dude on the internet. Make sure to do your own research, of course. But to my understanding, for those that don't know, it was always banned that you could not play past Chapter 1 or stream past Chapter 1 in Japan from the start. So back in 2010, that was always the thing. When it comes to what's happened now, is part of the 10-year anniversary was they did release the games for mobile port. And so what has happened is they've updated those banned kind of like those guidelines, so to speak, to include mobile gaming, because, you know, back in 2010, say when the first game was made, streaming games mobile, like streaming mobile games, wasn't as prominent as it is now. Now, a lot of people still do console stuff or PC stuff, sure, but like streaming things from a mobile device or having like a setup where you can stream something from your mobile device, like that is a thing, especially now in 2021. So to my understanding, what's actually happened is they've just updated to say, hey, for those of you in those countries where you couldn't stream past Chapter 1 anyways, we're now saying that also includes the mobile games in case you try and use it as like a loophole or something, more so than you can't play those games anywhere. Because I'm just gonna say right now, that went into effect in April. It's June. Obviously I'm not gonna name names, but I know plenty of people that are still streaming and playing the Danganronpa series past Chapter 1. So first and foremost, I think that applies to like Japan, because that was a Japan rule. In Western countries, I don't think that's applicable. And two, I think that's what actually the update was. It wasn't updating it to ban it globally, but to also include mobile, because mobile is now a thing that wasn't a thing, like I said, years ago. Even when V3 came out in 2017, it wasn't as prominent as it is now. So they kind of wanted to include that. That's what I think happened. Again, do your own research. Do not listen to some random dude on the internet. Secondly, though, Chiaki was mentioned a lot of different people mentioned Chiaki when it came to this game, and it also reminds me that yes, I did say we would be playing through the rest of the school modes. We did start the first school mode and we finished it back at the end of 2020. We started the Danganronpa series with a whole playthrough of the first game, second game, Ultra Despair Girls, V3, and then the first school mode. We kind of took a little bit of our time with that one too, because it was just, I was stopped doing daily videos. I was kind of spreading that out and enjoying it a bit. Now it's been a while and we haven't started the second one. Like I said, we were going to several times. Are we going to do it? Yes, we are. I have not forgotten. We will be doing Chiaki's route and everything, I promise, etc. So everybody that's been mentioning that, especially now that this has come out, because like, oh, hey, guess what? You can do that also in Danganronpa S. Well, first of all, I don't have a Switch. So, but second of all, yes, this is also a little bit of a channel update. When solo videos, which are going to start come back, that is on the menu. Yes, we will be doing that. I have not forgotten. I have not chickened out of that. It will be happening. You guys can stop reminding me. I promise. I remember. And if I didn't remember, I remember now with how many messages I have now gotten. Have you seen the title screen? It's coming. It's definitely coming. It's 100% coming. So there you go. So to conclude the video, yes, Danganronpa will be returning to the channel in some capacity. The first and foremost thing that you'll probably see, though, is again the second school mode. Actually, before even the second school mode, there's the Usami mode, the Monami mode. It'll be in the summer, most likely. That we're heading back to the summer. It's almost nostalgic, because that's when I played through the first 2 games, especially, was in the summer. And so we're getting to that hot weather and everything. Once again, like I said, it's back to A-shirt weather. Sun's out, guns out, so to speak. It's too hot to be proper and stuff like that. It's the humidity, too, because it's not like it's like the 100 degrees yet, but it's the humidity and then the lack of a breeze that starts really killing this room. So, whew, bear with me on that part. Just wait till like we get back to the fall if you want the cool shirts and stuff like that too. Sorry, not really sorry. But anyways, to stay on topic, yes. Also, we will probably be starting with the Monami mode. It's like Monami versus the Mono Beast mode. That's actually in 2. We'll start with that. We'll roll into the school mode, which will probably take at least a good 15 episodes if it's like the first one. And then we'll probably roll into V3's Ultimate Talent Development Plan program, which is basically like what this is going to be, not as fleshed out in its own game, but then you'll be able to see kind of like what it is kind of like in case they don't do a port of that game to other consoles besides the Switch. Which again, my fingers are crossed, but my hopes aren't up. I know better when it comes to Danganronpa than to have any hope. But with that being said, that's going to be the conclusion of this video. And you can just take a look at that while we're concluding the video. That's going to be the end screen, most likely. I'm just going to have the video and like the stuff over my face, and then you can just look at that over there, like I am. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next. We're just going to have to wait and see. So until this time, take care and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching. I mean, low-key, by the way, we kind of also have to nod. We have to do a nod to this. You know, yes, just... Am I terrible? Am I a terrible person? Or am I just... Yes, I'm 100% parroting Markiplier's Lady Dimitrescu reaction, by the way. It's a good image, though. It is.